Friends, my name is Rajshekhar. I am belongs to Andhra Pradesh. Actually, my profession is I'm an artist. Let's sketch artist. I draw any person image on paper only within minutes. This is my hard practice. Since my childhood, I have a lot of interest in creativity. So I take my profession like a creative fields, like a cartooning, drawing, and painting, and English article writing. In another way, motivational speaker I am in my native town. So let's get artist firstly. This morning also, this evening also, I did very beautiful artworks. Farmers and students, all ages, all domains. So you have an interest, you are also try to give Mr. Call to my phone number. After I develop my communication with you, after I am also try to draw your images on paper, live sketches, your family members, your relatives, your nearest persons, your parents, your children, any art. But in another way, my artwork creates best self-satisfaction in your heart. It's 100% fact. You try to note my phone number, note down my phone number. My name is Rajshekhar and belongs to Andhra Pradesh. My phone number is 9581262904. Sometime you celebrate some functions in your house. Okay? That time you try to give most valuable gift to your nearest persons or your relatives or your parents or your children. You want very beautiful gift, very beautiful presentation. That time I draw your relative pictures or your family member pictures or your parent pictures or your children pictures only within minutes in front of you on live sketches. You try to give that artworks like a gift items to your nearest persons. After that experience, you won't forget in your entire life. 100% it's fact because this is also manpower, human power. That is also surprise. My artwork like a surprise because I'm a very good artist also. I did hundreds of the artworks also. Suppose you have busy schedule, you don't have time, you travel to one city to another city. Your native town is some distant city. It takes nearly 3-4 hours journey. That time you try to give some intimation to me. After I draw your images or your family members images, your children image, your parent images on paper, on moving bus also, on running bus also, as it is. That is also very risky art. In other way, I try to that image also as it is, on running bus also, on moving bus also. I did hundreds of the artworks. Okay, I have a lot of experience. Thousands of the artworks for practice, nearly thousands, not in hundreds, so thousands of the artworks for only for practice. Since my childhood, in my elementary stage also, in my high school days also, in my college also, I showed most interest upon my artworks. Currently, I'm a live sketch artist. Currently, I take my profession like a live sketch artist. In another way, cartoonist also. Suppose you have any ideas, you have a lot of sense of humor. I know about that. I try to explain that you surf internet to sometime in your daily life. You watch a lot of videos, a lot of programs, TV programs, movies. But you currently mostly you use internet. So by the internet, I guess about you mature your sense of humor, but you only hit that sense of humor in your mind. That process is waste process actually. But you note down that ideas. After you will share that ideas by WhatsApp to me. After I will create very beautiful artworks, beautiful cartoons like beautiful cartoons. Your ideas, my beautiful cartoons. After you try to make your own cartoon gallery in your house, that process creates best and better society. 100% fact. After you will get most self satisfaction. Everyone decides you are not at 90% because you have a lot of sense of humor. You have a lot of creativity. This reason you try to prove your creativity. You don't stand like an ordinary person in society in front of the world. You have any interest to, you have any time, you try to mature that. I try to receive only minimum money, not a lot. Okay, I'm a very good artist too. A hyper realistic artist also. I did hundreds of the artworks. I did Ramayana artworks also, hundreds of the Ramayana artworks. Mostly my artwork, some persons were received my artwork like a presentation. My artworks in some officials' houses, like a gift items, presentation items. They displayed my artworks in their houses. That is also like a costly item. I received only minimum money, but my artworks appeared in currently rich and richest persons, well settled persons, officials in houses. My artwork also one of the dignity, one of the beautiful, very beautiful item in their houses. Only minimum money, not a lot. So my your artwork useful for decorative items, gift items. So firstly you try to develop your communication with me. You have any ideas, you try to share your ideas with me. After we create best and better society, you don't stand like an ordinary person. I am not a graduate. Actually, I did not take any coaching with any institution. Not only in my artworks, not only with my English speaking skills, I am a very good English article writer also. I am a successful person in these domains, in every domains, because since my childhood I have a lot of interest in creativity, I have a lot of knowledge. Knowledge means only with my hard work I mature my knowledge. 100% it's fact. In another, I am a motivational speaker. In another, I am an inspiration person to a lot of youngsters around our country, not only around our state. My state is Andhra Pradesh, around our country. Because I have a lot of very nice friends circle around our country. Okay, they have any attempt they try to discuss with me. My side, I try to give best suggestion to the youngsters. Currently, they speak best and better English compared to 8 months before, 6 months before. Okay, currently they speak best and better English. I am also mature my English speaking skills. One of the reason I develop my communication with others. I am a develop communication with around our country. This reason I'm a successful person in this process. In another way, I am a motivational speaker in English. In the future also, I stand like an inspiration person to everyone. I have that hope. Okay. So firstly, you try to watch my artworks on my Insta ID. My Insta ID, Rajashekar Art 9 2024. You have interest here also try to search on YouTube Good English with Raj. I am also going to upload some of my beautiful videos on my YouTube. I have YouTube channel also. Okay, I try to upload some of my videos. Most valuable message in English. Good English with Raj. Raj live cartoon. Both. You try to observe my artworks. You try to observe my English speeches. I am not a graduate, already explained about. I am not a English medium student once. Telugu medium. My education background is Telugu medium. Currently live in very small town. Only some years before English medium introduced in my area. Currently everyone depends on English medium in my native town. In another way, compared to their education, my education is more ordinary. Recently English medium introduced in my town. Before in 3 4 years before, everyone depended on Telugu medium. I am also dependent on Telugu medium. I totally stopped my education because I did not show interest upon my studies in my high school days, in my college days. I showed most interest upon my artworks only. But because I had a lot of creative knowledge, this reason I did not focus my interest upon my studies. In another way, out of college, out of school, I read a lot of magazines and books. I read a lot. English newspapers. I watched a lot of time English news channels. Present moment also I have any leisure time. I try to watch English news channels and TED talks and motivational speeches of great people. This reason I mature my English speaking skills. Some person's opinion, I speak English very advanced way. This is the youngster's opinion. I feel myself I am a every minute learner. This region, I try to develop my English speaking skills and another way try to polish my English speaking skills. Currently, I am a successful person in this process. Anything and everything possible. You have a lot of interest after anything and everything possible. I am one of the best example. I did not take any coaching with any institution. At least 1 minute also, at least one day also. I am a self-trained person. I only depend on myself. I only depend on my hard work, my hard practice. I did not waste 1 minute also. In another, I don't like entertainment fields. My best entertainment, my learning process is my best entertainment. This reason, I mature anything and everything. I am a successful person in these domains, these creative domains. You are also, you try to receive some inspiration with me. After you are also tomorrow successful person. You don't fear about your mistakes. Yesterday you did some mistakes. What is the meaning of mistake? Means you known about bit this reason you did some mistake, but in another way you try to correct that mistake chances always in your hands. You carefully mind it. You don't fear about yesterday's mistakes. Yesterday mistakes means you know something in yesterday. This reason you did some mistakes, but in another way you try to correct that after you are also perfect person in your life. You take any domain, but in another way you try to guess your mistake immediately. After you are also 100% successful person in your career. I am also, I follow that process. Currently I am following that process. In the future I will follow that process. I immediately try to guess my mistakes, immediately try to correct my mistakes. This reason I mature everything and anything and everything. Not only cartoons, not only live sketches, not only English article writing, not only motivational speeches. Okay, children story writer also I am. I mature everything only with my hard practice. In another way, I try to correct my mistake myself. Some youngsters are laughed at me. Some years before situation, I try to explain about that situation. Some youngsters were they completed their graduation. They were searching for jobs. They want best and better English speaking skills that time. So I slowly friendshiped with the youngsters because I wanted best and better English speaking skills that time. I compulsory. So this reason I started to discuss with the youngsters. They were laughed at me because compared to their education, my education was ordinary. Compared to their fluency, my fluency is ordinary. This reason some youngsters were laughed at me. After I expected myself, oh, I did some mistake. This reason some youngsters were laughed at me. I immediately guessed my mistakes. I corrected your mistakes myself correctly. I recently started one WhatsApp group. I took that process like a challenging. In other way, I did not underestimate myself because I perfectly understand about my talent. I perfectly understand about my intelligence. I'm not a genius, but I have a lot of intelligence. Intelligence means I mature my knowledge. Mature my knowledge only with my hard practice. So read a lot of books and magazines, English news channels. I watch a lot of time and read a lot of English articles. This reason I mature everything. This reason I am a successful person in this process. Anything and everything possible. This region you don't underestimate yourself, you don't underestimate others. Firstly, you try to understand about yourself. Okay, you have any knowledge, you try to polish that knowledge, you try to mature that knowledge, you try to learn anything newly. Firstly, you try to follow new things, innovative way, not routine process. You want always creative knowledge, you compulsory, not routine language. Routine language means routine process means failure process.